I'm only doing this as a sort of test because of I don't know if I set it like this or if Mobizen defaulted it to 480p, but ever since I started using Mobizen, it was in 480p, and I really don't like that. I know it means that it's going to take up more space, not going to have as much time, but I've put up the 720p and also 60 frames a second. So this means as of 25 to 1 p.m. on Saturday, the 26th of March 2022. I have no problem with using the following two. The first one, because it uses a karaoke version of Sicko Mode, it doesn't use the real Sicko Mode. And it's also a parody. This parody was able to be created and uploaded because the person that made it did not take the original track from Sicko Mode and actually took a karaoke version of it. Using a karaoke version of it is not copyrighted. The other one, because it's been changed up a little bit.
Hey, she's in love with who I am. Back in high school, I didn't have too many friends. Now I got a crew and we be hanging at the clam. Peter is the man, but I'm not a fan of Glenn, cause he humped my ex-wife. Yeah, my ex-wife. My ex-wife slept him that night. Not no more lights. Creepy like a hollow man. Not nighty, no Apollo man. My shit was hard to swallow, man. I cramped down the block. Made a right, yeah. Grabbed a bite, yeah. Extra right.
Name something you like your girlfriend to do to your face.
I'm going to say, sit on it.
Sit on it!
Everybody feels better now.
I usually don't like it when people like take something like that and try and make it all dramatic. Because obviously that's not the way the guy said sit on it. You know, he said it normally. But that was like I'll make an exception for that. And then also for that Family Guy one. This is probably intentional because they're able to get away with it because it's a game, but I think when Glenn died when he was naked there, I think it like he ended up like with his stick in his mouth. I think that's intentional. I like that. Just DMs as of 21 2. So immediately after seeing, I know I mentioned this in my video about this scene, but immediately after seeing that scene from Euphoria, I sent this to my friend. I'm so sorry for calling you a liar. I've just seen Ashley's death in Euphoria. Jesus Christ. I probably should have put a spoiler warning on this, but I'm sorry. Then I saw that a person followed me on Instagram and I sent one of his posts to my mate and said, "Is this person's dad? He just followed me." And the guy replied, "Yeah, it is. He made a new account." Anyway, this is Twitter as of same time. Person does not deserve forgiveness if he doesn't repent and grow as a person, otherwise you're just letting bad behaviour go unchecked. People pushing forgiveness influence the situation, others ignoring the wrongdoing contribute to the generation repent. First person in the post, negative drug test, deserves forgiveness. Cop Killer 1999, March 25th, 2022, 7:15 p.m. EST. Gender reveal when? Oh, it's a drug test. Picked from the top covert helps groups train the Bay in peak physical condition, 2 years studying the Russian language, another 2 perfecting regional dialect and customs, handpicked by the top brass for the secret mission. First objective, infiltrate the Russian populace. An American? You're thinking the small amount of time between yesterday's video and now, Marcus wouldn't have put out a lot of tweets, but guess what he did? The only thing I grew was my hair, something I'm sure you aren't familiar with. First, this probably require a lot of brushing. You're bald, Elmo, surely you can do better. I don't even know how the first sentence is known, and I could do a lot better, but hey, if it pisses you off, it works for me. I'm not surprised. Nah, not pissed off, just really disappointed that was the best you could do. Please don't let this be real. Please find this fake. Please, Happy New Year. And then one day, for absolutely no reason, Hitler was voted into power. Well, the first and fourth images are fake, and the other two are something which was made by Paul to create fake outrage. God damn it. I'm not pissed off, he says as he continues replying. Also, it's funny you called me a groomer for being a furry, since it ain't the first time you mislabeled a group as one. Because I'm having fun laughing at you, because one of the funniest ever things the internet has delivered is furries thinking they can make fun of people. LMAO, literally, yes. And it's working for me so far. The forced cat face is a clear sign. Also, I don't need to make fun of you. Calling yourself a human rights advocate when you spread misinfo on gays for internet funnies is a punchline in itself. How is he not a free speech advocate considering, human rights advocate considering he was literally arrested for teaching his dog to raise a paw? Like, anyone who's arrested for that would start fighting for human rights because that was a clear breach of his. Scary pixels on the screen violate my rights. Is almost as bad empathetic as being a furry. Also, it says human rights, not animal rights. Yeah, that's the thing. And I get that, not all furries identify as actually being an animal, but if you consider yourself trans species, then really you're negating your human rights. You aren't doing well here, my guy. How long are you going to keep this going? I'd say an attempt to criminalize gays by spreading misinfo on them. I didn't get the context of it because of I don't know what these 4 images are. And I'm not going to go looking through Marcus's Twitter for them. I know you can, search for particular words on Twitter, but I don't know how to do that on the phone. Anyway. Attempt to violate gay rights, so yeah, pathetic attempt, but an attempt nonetheless. For as long as you reply, bro, if I really were just a pathetic furry, you wouldn't be trying this hard. An attempt to criminalize gays. LMAO, what schizo realm of your mind did you even come from? Damn, you're doing so badly, you're just making crap up now. I just really enjoy it when I have some rando on Twitter screeching at me because I laughed at them. Dance, monkey, dance. And another thing, I'm not mad. Please don't put it in the newspaper that I got mad. Pedophiles are criminals who spread a false psyop making gays out to be pedophiles with an intent to reinforce the idea. And even then used an inaccurate Hitler analogy. What is that if not criminalizing gays? LMAO. Also, protection, by the way, fam. I'm screeching so much. Well, I don't think actually being a pedophile itself is illegal. I think it's if you actually go out and attempt to groom kids, that's the illegal part. I could be wrong though. Also, I bet that someone's gonna say this and comment, you're defending pedophilia. No, I just don't think that the law states that if you're a pedophile, that automatically because you can have people who are attracted to kids but have never actually done something about it. Have you just evolved into rambling like a madman now? Stay eternally mad. Also, LMAO furry. Debate my schizophrenic ramblings that I made up some crap you said. No. Am I wrong? You did share the psyop, and you did do the Hitler analogy, and you did get disappointed when it was real to be fake. Are you going to claim the screenshot as fake too, because the Internet Archive is a fun place to travel? So what's your takeaway from that? Fascinated? Do you think maybe possibly there could be any other explanation over what specifically happened there? One that might, not be biased to the point you are pushing. Let's see if fair is a word in your dictionary. The only defense in your name I can think of is that you engaged in the regular anti-SJW edgy meme under the guise it was real information and added to the joke with an edgy analogy. I can't see that being true since the goddamn it hints at genuinity, not satire. I think I see the problem here. You're bit of a radicalized individual that has become incapable of applying nuance to someone you consider an enemy, like a good little fanatic. Here's another possibility that your mind won't allow you to arrive at. Maybe, just maybe, I saw some pedos trying to use gay solidarity to shoehorn their sick BS into acceptance. Maybe this made me angry. Maybe me, Hitler, voted in the power thing was about the pedos and not the gays. Maybe when I found out that I'd been duped, I thought, ah, crap. That sounds like an extremely reasonable, normal, and perfectly understandable outcome for what happened, but your mind won't allow you to arrive at that, and since I know your type oh so well, what you're going to do right now is completely deny the explanation I just gave. When it comes to, like, breath, I think I handled that well. And once again, the fact you keep replying is proof you're mad. You just can't take a furry made fun of you lying down, huh? Your ego a bit too brittle, Brubsky? Angrily replies twice the same tweet, acts like he isn't the mad one. Lol, LMAO. Nice semantics, I only replied twice because of character limit, lol. If that was the case, then you would reply under your own tweet so that everything you said was in order like everyone else does. Nice try, though. I do what I want, bro. There's no Twitter law saying how I gotta reply, LMAO. I almost always reply like this anyway. Shoot me. I hate it when people say, like, you know, someone says shit on this, and someone says, oh, there's no law that says I should have done that. That's just, like, common sense. Imagine thinking that replying in a way that makes your alphabet super BS even harder to understand is somehow a brag. Also, let's keep this to one thread. For my sake. Sure, and it's not a brag, it's just how I do. I don't instinctively think about tweet organization. I'm not terminally online, have a reputation to upload. Call me lazy, but it's just easier. You're spreading a false psyop, making gays out to be pedophiles. How did you go from NFTs or a scam to you're trying to make people secretly think gays are pedophiles? What is this conversation? He had resorted to Google because he had nothing else. Also, it's amazing that he thinks I actually give a crap by any of that. He, for some reason, thinks I do because he keeps repeating it. Nah, I remembered it and found it again, lol. And if you don't care, you can't call yourself a human rights activist, lol. Gays are humans too, if you weren't aware. I never at any point said they were not. You are doing what you types usually do. And by you types, he doesn't mean furries or gays. He means unreasonable people. I'm making up crap and then getting mad about it. That's why I never take you seriously, laugh at you and advocate for mental health reform. Nah, you take me seriously, you just refuse to engage because you know there's no argument for you other than the caption QRT are irrelevant. I didn't indulge in the OG tweet slander because you know it's BS argument, so you'd rather avoid it entirely. It's mostly because I honestly don't care about the subject you want to argue about. I said it several times, yet here we are. You know, some truly industry-shattering titles get released this year. Elden Ring is going to dominate every Fame Awards. Game. Phone. Mark? You know that the Game Awards is rigged? Crap always wins. Oh, for God's sake, it's not done. If that is true, then the Hitler analogy doesn't stick and would make more sense under the pretense that I applied. So either you're wrong or screwed up the Hitler analogy. I'm going to go for the latter because hold on. It's understandable and would rather accept you aren't anti-gay. It does stick. You only think it doesn't because you are from a whole separate part of the internet, the online life. And I don't mean to be mean here, but you guys have not had a grasp on comedy since 2010. I can explain it. It's been a long-going 4chan joke. Someone will point out something horrible in society, like, for example, pedos trying to use gay stuff to shoehorn the BS. Someone will reply that then one day Hitler voted and blah blah. The punchline of pointed joke is pedos are so bad, and this is so bad for society, that I and other people would vote Hitler and to get rid of this. Now, do we actually want to vote Hitler in? No, because it's a joke. As for the anti-gay stuff, I can already guess a lot more about you, and I'm not being rude about this. I know your types very well, so let me take a guess. You won't watch my videos, watch content, or anything I make. Everything you know about me comes from some carefully selected screenshots of things that were just said without evidence, probably in a Discord by other left-wing friends of yours. I'm right, aren't I? Is really just a right-winger that calls himself a liberal. He literally is a liberal. Like, what about him is not liberal, without saying Nazi pug? You see me under a similar pretense, an advocate for freedom for minorities that constantly makes fun of minorities. Yeah, I've never portrayed myself as a leftist element. It was a very long time ago, but in 2016 I was absolutely not a left-winger, nor did I say I was. I'm also not a liberal. Yeah, you are, Mark. Like, you're not a modern liberal, but you're a classical liberal. As for being anti-SJW, I think it's a good thing because modern social justice is not like the old school civil rights / pride / etc. movements where there were actual genuine rights being fought for. Modern social justice is a group of wannabe tyrants who want to use the state institutions, violence, and the mobs video to make people too scared to even criticize them, and you cannot deny that isn't the case. Yes, there are good people among them fighting for actual good things, but the overwhelming majority actually want to see people in prison and financially ruined just for expressing an opinion or making fun of them. I mean, crap, look what happened to Destiny. People like that are tyrants. It's no longer a live and let live type of thing like the left used to have. It's now, you will live the life you will live the way we dictate to you. If you speak against that, we will destroy you. That crap and screw all the way off. And as for me making jokes and making fun of people, that's my right to do. I think he screwed up the grammar a second. I just don't know how he said. I don't know how he said might instead of my. My vision's getting blurry. Under the natural right of freedom of speech, no property is being violated or violence inflicted. You have been doing the same to me, which is your right. Punishment should match you. The crime, though. A lot of people don't realize cancel culture doesn't just hurt the target, but their families' children have been put into poverty because the breadwinner got cancelled. Thank you, because that's what happened when I defended. I don't remember the guy's name. He was like the voice of a character in Gorillaz, and people were like, he made anti-mask tweets. And what was it? He said that he doesn't want his daughter wearing a mask, and people were going, oh, you want to kill your daughter? We need to cancel this guy. He wants to kill his daughter. And like I said that, basically. Sorry, I'm out of breath and I'm my mind's just going crazy. I said, if you cancel him, he's not going to get any money, and yeah, he's going to be rich, but eventually that money pool will dry up, and he's not going to be able to afford food, and his daughter will starve to death. Like, she's more likely to starve to death because you cancelled the man than her dying of corona, considering she's a child, but she's not young enough to not have an immune system, like one good enough to protect against corona. Where was it? More precise practice, strong case for perps wrongdoings, fit social response of Instagram that isn't violent. Cancel culture evolved a bit, but still has more to go. More to go? So you're saying you want it to be even more devastating for the people that are cancelled than it currently is? What do you want to do? Execute them? Why isn't Sky working? Problem is thousands of not really connect people doing it who don't really answer to anyone. It's like trying to reason with an angry pitchfork mog. Even if you convince half of them, the other half will mess crap up. I'm glad the conversation stopped being antagonistic and much more civil. It was antagonistic because you made it antagonistic, but whatever. excuse me, blame myself for forgetting my own beliefs and other people's perception and experiences outside of my own. Excuse me. It's all good, man. Most people calm down when they find out what I actually believe instead of assuming it over the jokes I make. You can ask my stance and stuff you feel the need. If you're a human rights advocate, free speech advocate, pro-gun and pro-gay, then you're alright, my man. I'm gonna do some serious self-adjusting. Thanks for the talk. Not a problem, man. I appreciate it. I don't actually do, but yeah, I'm just pissed off by how out of breath I am. And I know people go, but you try doing that. It's hard. It's hard, man. I know I don't have to, but just like, yeah. Let's be fair here. It's a very vague joke and has been used in other contexts by the right to use as an alibi for their extreme views, i.e. Hitler's would in part because of how degenerate people can be. He is the natural reaction to your gay degeneracy. That right there is a statement that doesn't at all reflect the joke. Also, as someone who is from the very community that you're talking about, 99% of the time that joke is made, it is absolutely nothing anywhere even close to what you just said is a joke. Again, not trying to be a dick, but you aren't part of the same community as me, so you don't really have any idea how we converse and joke with each other. I feel like that stereotype is greatly affected by the right's hyperbole in a very full minority. There's a difference between crying the state for hate speech laws and actually protesting in favour of minorities. I'm seeing the latter grouped in with the former law. If the left want to be taken seriously again, then you need to do some serious housekeeping. You need to become the 90s left again, otherwise you will just be seen as guys who want to jail someone for 20 years for using the wrong pronouns and giving baby sex changes. I don't see anyone asking for that other than extremely vocal minorities and right-wingers pretending to be leftists, give them a bad name, which does exist, i.e. the gay pedo psyop earlier. We aren't a hive mind, we can't disown people, no widespread group is that organised, just like how the right can't disown bigots and Nazis in their side. There's no leader who says Nazis, pedos are not allowed in the other side. Even we all come together to say they don't belong, which we've done, it won't make them go away. They shows how to align politically. If the right isn't hive mind eager, you should watch conservatives and libertarians interact. LMAO, trust me, I've seen that. Libertarians are too right wing for the left and too left wing for the right. Hi. I love the gay married couple, weed farm, guns, line. I just wish more libertarians actually practice that belief instead of copycat most right wingers. I have no idea what that means. Unless what he, like, I don't think that's what he means, but the only thing I can think of is, the fact that I haven't married a man and have my own weed farm with guns means I'm not a libertarian. Like the Joe Biden argument, if you don't vote for me, you're not black, like that. Well, the reason why I haven't married a man is because 1, I'm underage, and 2, I'm not gay. Like, just because I support gay marriage and all that doesn't mean I'm gay. So, yeah. I literally sat line of several of my videos except this. I want to open carry a heavy machine and smoke weed at my gay trans black friends' wedding that pay for it with Bitcoin. You could just copy the line from Kingsman where it's like, what was that? I'm a Catholic whore. Local abortion clinic with my black husband or something like that.
Catholic whore. My black Jewish boyfriend works in a military abortion clinic.
Really only just showing that clip so I can catch my breath. Then you're better than most libertarians I've met. I've seen a lot of right-wingers that use libertarian labels as guys to criticise their opponents without being seen as pro-state gov, despite being pro-state gov. Crap, Liberty Hangout legit wants a Trump monarchy, lol. Literally, Liberty Hangout, I've never been libertarian. Like, yeah. I think everyone, except for Liberty Hangout themselves, believe that Liberty Hangout are not libertarians. Like, right, we can all agree they aren't libertarians, but just because they aren't doesn't mean other libertarians aren't actually libertarians, but whatever. When they say it, they mean it in the old Pledge of Allegiance type of way, not literal libertarianism. Sadly, they use the libertarian flag colors, which makes people conflate both. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. They could argue it if they were Hopians, whatever that is, but I don't think they are. I didn't reply to this, but what happened with Destiny, I don't know much anything about him. Just had his Twitch permaban for criticizing and making fun of trans people. Do you believe the French people deserve human rights? No, the line has to be drawn somewhere. Rest in peace, Taylor Hawkins. But I just want to, I don't want to be that person that's like, I loved Foo Fighters music. I don't listen to Foo Fighters. Oh, it's gone. There was a thing, like hashtag I stand with J.K. Rowling that was trending.